All right, thank you for joining us for KBOI 2 News Midday. I'm Brian Moore, and let's get right to your top 11 stories at 11. Downtown Boise going through a bit of a housing boom. Hundreds of townhomes, condos, apartments are in the works. One plot of land slated for development is in a part of town with a bit of a dicey past. The developer tells us why he's not worried about it and will move ahead with his building plans in just a bit. The Idaho GOP has passed a resolution that encourages Bibles in the classroom. The Bible would be used as supplemental material across a number of subject areas. Why the GOP passed the resolution and what has to happen before it could actually happen, and what folks in the neighborhood think about the proposal in just a bit. And Matern North America celebrated the grand opening of its new $85 million manufacturing plant in Nampa. You can see Governor Otter there in attendance. Matern is the maker of Go-Go Squeeze. It's squeezable applesauce in a pouch. They planted an apple tree today as part of the event. Governor Otter, of course, there. Nampa Mayor Bob Henry offered remarks. The company plans to source its product with as many local apples as possible, and hey, they're going to employ 250 people. A Texas oil company having trouble getting mineral rights from Western Idahoans is now appealing to state officials. The company wants the state to intervene so it can drill for natural gas and oil. A new law approved just this year would allow the Idaho Oil and Gas Conservation Commission to step in and allow the drilling against the wishes of neighbors in the area. And a Boise home has significant damage following a two-alarm fire. Firefighters last night responded to the 7200 block of West Mojave Drive. Once they got there, they immediately called that second alarm. One person who lives at the residence did get out safely. Firefighters think they have a pretty good idea how it started.
It looks to have started on the back side of the house and may be related to a barbecue.
The division chief says the damage inside the house is significant and the person who lived there now needs to find someplace else to stay. Boise pastor Saeed Abedini was attacked in an Iranian prison. The American Center for Law and Justice says fellow prisoners punched him in the face. Abedini has been held captive in Tehran for nearly 3 years now. The ACLJ also reports prisoners demolished a small table that Abedini used for reading and studying. His wife says he's been in prison and beaten simply because he's a Christian. A dramatic rescue on the high seas in the Gulf of Alaska caught on video. A fishing boat went down with 4 men on board. They had to jump into the water in a desperate attempt to reach a life raft. See what happens next in a few moments. Police in New York are focusing their search for 2 escaped murderers in a swampy area. It's about 2 miles east of the prison where David Sweat and Richard Matt broke out over the weekend. Police have closed down roads and are using a helicopter to aid in the search. Now, hundreds of miles away in Philadelphia, a cab driver claims he dropped off 2 men matching the men's descriptions. He dropped them off at an Amtrak station. More drama over traffic boxes. Boise City leaders are now accepting new bids. The City Council threw out the previous bids and they're starting over. That's because someone cried foul after the city chose the highest bidder for the $50,000 project. Art Sign Design owner Jennifer Boyd says she's baffled how the city came to its winning selection and now has second thoughts about participating.
I've lost faith in the process, and I'm not really sure I want to spend a lot of time on something that has already been decided.
The city hasn't announced a deadline for those new bids. Zoo Boise will debut new exhibits this Sunday for the summer season. Visitors will get to see new South American exhibits as part of Zoo Days. Zoo officials expect their new rodent to be the star.
I think it's the capybara. They're, if you can imagine like a 125-pound guinea pig, they're awesome.
As part of Zoo Days, you can even enter a drawing to name the capybara. The penguin exhibit also has been remodeled. And it's time to fill the boot. The annual fundraiser benefits the Muscular Dystrophy Association. To help out, all you have to do is donate your loose change or cash to firefighters at intersections on local streets. 100% of the donations help MD patients. Now, some firefighters are out today at intersections around the valley, but Boise firefighters, Their drive begins tomorrow and runs through Saturday.